for coming back. Where are we? That's what you're wondering. Well, we're in a village between Paphos and Polis, and the village name is Pano Akourdaleia. And we're going to head back now down to the main Polis Paphos road. So sit back and enjoy the drive on a slightly overcast, slightly dull day in downtown Paphos on the island of love, which of course is Cyprus. And today is a very, very special day indeed. Of course, it is the birthday of a superstar in downtown Cornwall, and he's got a beauty in his life, and of course she is a singing sensation. If your name's Lady Kerry and there's a superstar, the greatest roadie in the world in your life, Sir Tony, we'd like to wish Sir Tony a very, very happy birthday indeed. And we know that you'll have had a great gig over the weekend, and now you're looking forward to chilling out and relaxing and perhaps putting your feet up, or perhaps popping out and having that birthday celebratory meal. And we're wishing you a lot of love from the bottom of our hearts in downtown Paphos. Now we're heading down towards the main Paphos to Polis road, as I've said, when we are dropping down from Pano Akourdaleia, which is a village sort of situated between Cathicus and the main Paphos to Polis road. And at that road, if you were to take a left, you would hit Polis in around about 10 minutes, but we're going to take a right and head up towards the Stroumbi area. So we're going from Pano Akourdaleia towards Stroumbi on a rather dull day in downtown Paphos. And if you're curious to know what the temperature is, it's around about 17-18 degrees today, so it's not too bad for that third week of January. But of course, coming soon is going to be springtime, and there's a few people coming to Paphos, that's for sure. Now, a lot of these villages up in the mountains, in the hills, should we say, have been, what should we call it, retrofitted with these like cobblestones, which of course are very, very nice to look at, perhaps not so easy to walk on, and of course not quite so nice to drive upon, but they do look quite nice. Anyway, there we are. There's a signpost that tells us that Paphos is 35 kilometres, Polis is 17, and the village of Milu is just down the road at 2 kilometres. Lots of nice little villages around, and of course in the summer they've all got local tavernas, and those tavernas are open pretty much from early in the morning until late in the night, because you will be surprised as to how many foreigners do live up in these villages. Often they live here full time, and quite a few come here for holidays, shall we say. But Pano Akourdaleia has got a small population, but there's around about 20 to 30 expats, that is for sure. There's one just over there, by the way, getting into his Nissan, and of course he's a customer of mine. Now, if you like what you see, perhaps you could consider to hit that thumbs up, that like button, and of course subscribe to the channel. Of course, it doesn't cost you a single penny, it just tells YouTube that you like what you've seen, and perhaps they should recommend the little channel known as Marika and me to more like-minded people like yourselves. But if you'd like to make a contribution towards the channel, perhaps to keep us afloat, perhaps to motivate us to make these videos especially for you, you can hunt us down on the Buy Me a Coffee platform. It's totally safe, it's totally secure, and that's where you can gift us that virtual coffee or two as a thank you, as a gesture of goodwill, and of course to keep on making these videos especially for you. Some of the people that now and again click through, of course, if your name is Baron John and Baroness Louise, we thank you very, very much for your continued support. Of course, Dame Anne, we thank you from the bottom of our two hearts. If your name's Lady Kirstine in downtown Glasgow, the electric blanket is still on, we know, and we do thank you for those coffees, and we're wishing you a very, very happy Burns night, which of course is coming very, very soon indeed. You can also choose to join us as a superstar member on the Buy Me a Coffee platform at only €10 a month. That's all it costs to get yourself a special title, and of course to get yourself that little bit closer to Marika and me. Birthday shout outs, anniversary shout outs, I'll even call your cat in. Drop it in the comments, and I'm pretty sure that little message will be coming very, very soon indeed. And of course, coming very soon is the Marika and Me privilege card, and that's a little plastic friend that's going to entitle you to privileges and discounts in and around Paphos, in particular in the Cape of Paphos Promenade and Harbour area. So don't forget to get your name on that list for the Marika and Me privilege card. Here we are, we've eventually got down to the main road between Polis and Paphos, and like I say, to the left you would go towards Polis. Now we're going to go towards the right and head towards Paphos. And our next village we're going to come to is Yolu. That's how it's pronounced, or that's how it's been pronounced to me. Spelt with a G, sometimes spelt with a Y. I think as you enter the village, on one side it shows it written with a G, and on one side it's written with a Y. But it's pronounced as Yolu. And it's quite a nice village indeed, and quite a few years ago I did live in Yolu for around about 12 months or so, and we enjoyed our time there. And again, there are quite a few expats that do live in the village of Yolu. And as we continue up the hill, we will come to Stroumbi, and there's a lot of people again living in Stroumbi. Of course, most of these villages are around about 15 to 20 minutes drive to downtown Paphos to give you a bearing. Obviously, if you're retired, that doesn't really bother you, but if you are looking to work, maybe you should consider living that little bit closer to, shall we call, civilization of the little city known as Paphos, Paphos to us. Now, big shout out to some of the stars that like to watch the show now and again. Perhaps if you're in downtown Llangollen in North Wales and your name is Sir Michael Crompton, a very, very good day to you. Of course, if you're in uptown Scotland and your name's Sir Stuart Frampton, a very, very good day to you. Sir John Ricey, again in downtown Glasgow, a very, very good day to you. And on the theme of Glasgow, we know it's a little bit chilly because Lady Kirsty keeps us up to date with the weather. She's got the electric blanket on and of course a pair of woolly flip-flops, but she's getting excited because Burns Night is coming very, very soon indeed. Now, if you're in downtown Wales, perhaps if your name's Lady Marie, and of course there's a man in your life called Sir Michael, and that must mean there must be a princess of a daughter, Princess Kaylee. And guess what, Princess? Your birthday is coming quite soon. It's just that I've forgotten the date. It's the same as mine, I know, so drop it in the comments. When is our birthday? And talking of princesses, there's another princess, and she has recovered now from her operation, and she is the girl that we say has the smile of an angel and the heart of a lion. A very, very Calimera to Princess Maggie. We hope you're doing well, and we're looking forward to seeing you in the summer, which is not that far away, and you'll be whizzing along the coastal pathways, and we'll be dancing the cha-cha-cha in the downtown Cape of Paphos Promenade and Harbour area. As we start to climb up this hill, we're going to enter the village of Yolu. So slowly but surely, you're learning your way in and around the area of Paphos. And it is a great place to live, by the way. Perhaps if you're thinking about relocating to Cyprus, perhaps if your name is Sam and Mark Coleman, who relocated to Paphos and Paya in particular not that long ago. And they understand that they've moved to downtown paradise. And of course, I had the great privilege of meeting them on the Cape of Paphos Promenade about 2 weeks ago. And again, I'd like to say a big thank you to Sam and Mark for those coffees that they gifted us on the virtual coffee platform known as Buy Me a Coffee. And of course, we thank you from the bottom of our two hearts. If there's somewhere you'd like us to go, perhaps pop in on a neighbour and have a cup of tea, or perhaps something a little bit stronger, drop in those comments, and you never know, that video may be coming very soon indeed. I might pop in on David Potter and the beauty of his life, Lady Angela. You never know, next time we pay her, we might have a cup of tea or two. Here we are at the village of Golu, or Yolu, however you want to pronounce it, but I was told it's pronounced Yolu, so that's what we'll call it. There's a couple of coffee shops coming up. There's what else is there in Yolu? There's a fashion boutique, if that's what you'd like to call it, and of course there are one or two coffee shops and cafeterias, or tavernas as we like to call them, in downtown Paphos. Not a bad place to live. Like I say, I lived here for around about 13-14 months or so, and I quite enjoyed my time. So we've got a coffee shop on the left, a coffee shop on the right, a mini market, supermarket, and then a clothes outlet fashion store, and then there's a taverna coming up, and another coffee shop on the right, and then another restaurant coming up on the left. And pretty much that is the village of Yolu. But there's quite a big residential amount of people. There's around about 1,000 people, so I was told, that do live in Yolu, and around about 100-150 of those are expats from various countries. So we're now going to climb up the hill and head towards Stroumbi, and that's where this little video is going to come to an end. But don't forget to come back for the next little episode of Mr. Paul's driving here and driving there, because we'll be dropping down from Stroumbi and heading to downtown Paphos. But I must say the weather is a little bit overcast. At this time of year we can get the odd storm or two. Luckily those storms have passed over the last couple of weeks, and now we get this little bit of a gloominess, shall we say. But they have forecasted over the next couple of days that the sun is going to come back and the blueness will be back. The skies will be blue, the sea will be blue. Mr. Paul, you guessed it, he'll be dressed head to toe in blue. All that's going to be missing is you. So all you've got to do is get yourself on a big bird or a canoe and start paddling like crazy, because Paphos Cyprus, Marika and me, guess what? We're waiting, especially for you. And if you want a bit of wood for your log burner, well, all you got to do is pull up alongside this gentleman and jump in the back and offload a couple of logs, shall we say. It still can be quite chilly, especially up in the villages and the hills. So of course a lot of people have got log burners, which make it that little bit cozy mosey, don't they? That's for sure. Let's see if we can get round it, shall we? Oh, well, nice clear straight. So let's give it a bit of a welly. And we're off up the hill to downtown Stroumbi. And quite a big village, Stroumbi, by the way. And again, you've got tavernas and restaurants, a mini supermarket, a big police station. Yep, you have. And often they're standing by the roadside with one of those guns. Not a gun to shoot you with, but well, they might shoot you after they catch you speeding. Depends on what speed you're doing, obviously. But often they are there waiting for you. So at the moment, there's certainly a big push in and around Paphos to try and calm down our bad habits. Things like going through red traffic lights and speeding in particular. So if you do happen to own a car, rent a car, or perhaps you've stolen a car, drive it very carefully. Otherwise, you'll be getting an infringement on your credit card. Stroumbi's coming up, and I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like, click that subscribe, and keep coming back for Mr. Paul's madness as he drives in and around Paphos. So we're literally on top of a big hill, and this big hill is known as Stroumbi. Coming up, there's a junction on the right hand side. If you turn there, you would head up towards Cathicus and Drusia and Rhodes. But we're going to keep going, and Stroumbi is literally on the doorstep. And from Stroumbi to Paphos is approximately 16 kilometres, which in English money is approximately 10 miles. So as I say, I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit the like, click that subscribe. And don't forget to keep coming back for a little bit more of my complete and utter madness. Thanks for watching.